Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Cilinix Crypto. Hope you're all doing great, and welcome to this new video on Dogecoin. Wanted to give you an update. I believe I did not cover this yesterday, but in general, I mean, there's not much to talk about for most cryptos right now. The truth is, and that's also the truth for Dogecoin, and I'll just cut to the chase real quick. If you look at Dogecoin right now and most big altcoins, they're just correlated to Bitcoin. All right, it just the main thing that matters is what Bitcoin does. All right, Dogecoin specifically has a 0.96 correlation with Bitcoin, which means that, or at least you can translate that to that about 96% of the time when Bitcoin does a certain move, Dogecoin will follow that. All right, so if I just want to be boring, then I would just tell you, just look at Bitcoin, look at factors influencing Bitcoin's price movements and Bitcoin's momentum. And if you look at that, then you also know what's going to happen with Dogecoin. And that's very boring, but it is the truth. All right, if you look at Dogecoin specifically right here, because I will not leave you on that. All right, we will have a specific look at Dogecoin and what levels need to break, what's possible, etc. But if you look at Dogecoin right now, especially since the 17th, so yesterday morning, but basically since Tuesday, we've been losing a ton of momentum. All right, and that practically, well, already, look, we had some momentum right here on Monday, and we also talked about that. We talked about, you know, if we're now at a key resistance level, we're at a key level that if we break above that, we can actually be relatively bullish, which was 16.5 cents. But from there we rejected, and that was the 15th of April. Back then, Dogecoin still had a little bit of momentum, but since then, after that bearish rejection, which is also a bearish confirmation, momentum started dropping down. So I would say since then we were actually quite bearish. I mean, if you zoom out, you can make the argument that since last week Friday we were already bearish, and that would not be necessarily that would not be wrong. But since those bearish confirmations, we were really confirmed bearish. And at this moment, that Dogecoin is losing momentum, which it still is, even though the last candle was green. It's just most likely to assume that this bearish momentum will continue. All right, so that's, you know, right now you can kind of see that there's some sort of a downtrend right here. So that will just follow that downtrend into the next major support level, which is this level right here, between 13.5 and 12.5 cents. And that's a very strong support level. So from there, I would be, you know, from there you can actually be a little bit more optimistic. 12.5 is a major psychological support level, but you can also see on the 3-day time frame, for example, that there's a ton of strong support there. It has been a very strong support level. We might spike down below that level for a moment, but ultimately it has mostly held up. If you look at it in the past, we have the 50 EMA on the 3-day time frame. On the daily time frame, we can also spike down to the 200 EMA right here at 11.5 cents. So that's a level where I can actually gain some hope from, all right? Because ultimately, I also do think that the market circumstances are not bearish yet, all right? So I do still think that Dogecoin can do great. And long term, I'm bullish on Dogecoin. It's just that at this moment, on the short term, it's most likely that we'll drop down to that level. And then once we hit that level, then we can look at the open interest. If the open interest starts to rally up, then from that level, we can actually rally. But it is most likely, like I said, that the current bearish structure is most likely to hold. That we'll see that continue into 13.5 and 12.5 cents. And it could actually still take some time before from that level we get some real bullish moves. So that's what I think is most likely. Now, what I do want to end on is that even though this is the main support level I'm aiming for, I think ultimately, at any point of time that Bitcoin actually turns more bullish. So if Bitcoin gets a bullish breakout, if the open interest for Bitcoin starts to move up a little bit more, that's the moment that Dogecoin can also do great. So be prepared for that, all right? Right now, I would not say that Bitcoin is doing great. The open interest is slightly moving up in the last 30 minutes, but that's it, all right? But if this continues, then Dogecoin from the current levels can also turn bullish. It's just that 16.5 cents, that level is still the main level we need to break above. And that's what you need to know. So if you do have any questions, let me know down in the comments. For now, thank you for watching. Take care and bye.